Across rural America, farmland faces a serious challenge. Entire fields of crops can disappear overnight, with one culprit responsible: wild boars. In order to protect villages and farmland, experienced hunting teams are deployed to reduce the threat. This work is not simply a sport, but a vital task to safeguard the efforts of farmers and ensure food security. To prepare for such missions, hunters are equipped with modern tools, including precision rifles, advanced binoculars, and sound suppressors, to maintain safety and reduce disturbance to nearby communities. At dawn, the team moves toward the first field of the day. Each member quietly takes an assigned ambush position. For several minutes, the landscape is silent. Then, from the eastern edge, a group of wild boars appears. They begin rooting and tearing into the ground, causing significant damage to the soil. With careful precision, the lead animal is targeted. The shot is fired, and though the boar attempts to flee, the team remains composed. The rest of the herd scatters into dense cover, making it harder to track. A second boar straying behind the group becomes the next target. A sharp report echoes across the field, and the animal falls instantly. This first success motivates the team to press forward. Elsewhere, another member quietly moves through the undergrowth, approaching a boar concealed in the bushes. A second hunter, stationed near a roadblock, crouches behind cover as a large shadow suddenly bursts from the underbrush. The animal charges toward the open field. A well-placed shot stops it in its tracks, preventing further damage to crops. Moments later, the barking of trained hounds signals the presence of more targets. The team quickly moves to a favorable position, aligning their sights. When another boar appears, the shot is taken carefully, resulting in an instant and humane takedown. This process is not simply about reducing numbers, but about protecting the hard work of farmers and preventing escalating damage to food supplies. After a short pause, the team advances toward a dense thicket, an ideal hiding place for wild boars. The sound of hounds grows louder, confirming that more animals are nearby. The hunters position themselves strategically. A large boar suddenly bursts from the bushes, charging at full speed. A quick, steady shot brings the animal down safely, just meters away. This kind of close encounter highlights the dangers faced during these operations and the importance of timing and skill. Soon after, the hounds signal once more. The team takes cover behind dense vegetation and aims forward. The forest grows tense and quiet before another boar emerges. One precise shot ends the chase. These coordinated efforts between trained dogs and skilled shooters are crucial for protecting crops and ensuring a successful harvest. By the end of the day, after hours of tracking and taking careful action, the area becomes quiet again, signaling a temporary return to balance. Hunting wild boars, especially in the freezing wilderness of northern regions, is no simple task. Harsh winds, snow-covered ground, and low visibility make every step a risk. Each movement must be deliberate, as danger can be hidden anywhere. Only those with discipline and determination can complete such demanding work, which is essential to safeguarding farmland from ongoing damage. These hunts represent the entire process, from the silent hours of tracking to the high-intensity moments of confronting the animals, all contributing to protecting rural communities and their harvests. Not long after entering the forest, the first wild boar appeared, moving with apparent confidence. In the wild, overconfidence is a critical vulnerability. Experienced hunters know that patience is essential, waiting for the precise moment when a shot can be most effective. The first shot was sufficient to wound the boar, slowing it but not stopping it entirely. Instinctively, the animal attempted to flee uphill, a behavior commonly observed in wild boars under stress. A follow-up shot brought the boar down, ending the encounter quickly and safely. After securing the first target, the team continued to sweep the area. Soon, another group of wild boars was located. High tension demanded calm reflexes and precise decision-making. A single well-aimed shot was enough to stop a boar before it could disappear into the dense woods, demonstrating the importance of focus under pressure. Some animals managed to evade capture initially, but experienced hunters understand their predictable patterns. Wild boars often circle back through familiar areas. When one of the previously escaped boars returned, it was met with a precise, controlled shot, neutralizing the threat efficiently. In every hunting operation, experience and composure are crucial. The hunters maintained awareness even in cold, snow-covered terrain, where frigid temperatures could increase the activity and erratic behavior of the animals. Snow also made movements more visible, highlighting any attempts at camouflage. As the hunt continued across snowy hills, another boar exposed itself against the white background. A single, careful shot quickly ended the encounter. Overconfidence and misjudged hiding places can prove fatal for wild animals in these scenarios. By the end of the day, the cold had become intense, yet the hunter's focus remained unbroken. When a herd of boars moved through the area, lone animals were still identified and removed with precision. These moments emphasized the importance of calm, observation, and experience in achieving safe and effective wildlife management. The population of wild boars is increasing rapidly due to high reproductive rates. Without management, their numbers can threaten agricultural productivity and local human habitats. Hunting plays a critical role in controlling these populations and protecting rural communities from damage. At designated hunting locations, the team carefully assessed trails and terrain. Wild boars typically follow predictable routes, allowing hunters to plan ambushes strategically. When an animal appeared along a predetermined path, a single shot brought it down efficiently, reducing potential damage. Later, another boar emerged from cover, unaware of the surrounding presence. Once again, precision and timing ensured that the animal was stopped without incident. The hunters then continued moving through dense forest, following signs of additional activity. The sound of trained hounds provided guidance, indicating the presence of another large wild boar. Surrounded and unable to escape, the animal was neutralized swiftly, demonstrating the effectiveness of coordinated hunting methods. The operation continued as the team advanced through dense thickets, observing tracks and following alerts. When new animals appeared, rapid and accurate gunfire ended each encounter quickly. These systematic and controlled efforts reduce the risk to farmland while ensuring that wild boar populations remain under control. This sequence demonstrates the precision and skill required in professional hunting. Another hunter quickly moved into a strategic position, taking aim the moment a wild boar appeared. With a single, well-placed shot, the animal was neutralized, illustrating the importance of timing and accuracy in controlling wildlife populations. The hunt concludes with the forest and fields bearing witness to each carefully executed action. Months of preparation and labor go into maintaining farmland, yet these efforts are constantly at risk from the destructive behavior of wild boars. Cornfields, for example, can be devastated in a single night, with stalks crushed and cobs destroyed, highlighting the economic impact these animals can have on agriculture. In response, hunters work to protect the land and minimize further damage. Wild boars are capable of moving rapidly and using the terrain to their advantage, seeking cover in dense crops or thickets. Hunters must remain focused and adapt to these challenges, employing controlled, precise shots to stop the animals safely and effectively. Cornfields present numerous hiding spots, making the work particularly demanding. Animals can charge unpredictably through tall crops, and hunters must coordinate closely with trained companions, such as dogs, to prevent escape. In one instance, a boar was engaged while attempting to flee, and a swift, targeted shot successfully ended the threat. At another moment, two wild boars emerged simultaneously from the thicket. Quick observation and rapid response are essential in such situations. While one escaped temporarily, assistance from a hunting dog prevented its flight, allowing the hunters to secure it with a precise follow-up shot. This combination of strategy, teamwork, and skill ensures the land remains protected. As operations continue across the hillside and surrounding fields, every movement is deliberate. Signals from trained dogs help guide hunters toward active animals, allowing for accurate, humane takedown. Each encounter reinforces the need for vigilance, patience, and careful planning when managing wildlife populations that pose a risk to crops and farmland. These efforts are not merely about removing individual animals, but about maintaining balance in the ecosystem, protecting agricultural livelihoods, and preventing repeated destruction. Every successful engagement demonstrates the effectiveness of coordinated wildlife management and the critical role of trained professionals in safeguarding rural communities.